You're listening to Still Standing with Brett Francis. Real stories, honest conversations, practical hope. Wherever you are in your journey, welcome.
Welcome back to Still Standing. I'm Brett Francis, and I'm really glad you're here. Today, I want to talk about something that has probably shaped my life more than I ever realized. The voice inside my own head. Not my family, not my friends, not my social media, mine. It's the voice that tells me I'm failing. It's the voice that tells me I'm lazy. It's the voice that whispers, I'm not doing enough. Maybe you know that voice too. For years, I believed that because I thought something, it had to be true. I never stopped to ask whether it was actually accurate. After 4 major spine surgeries changed my life forever, the physical recovery was obvious. The emotional recovery, however, was much harder. I kept measuring myself against a version of me that no longer existed. The old version could work all day. She could help everyone. She could push through exhaustion. She could believe her value came from how much she accomplished. Then, chronic pain entered the picture. Fatigue entered the picture. Disability entered the picture. Yet somehow my expectations never changed. Go figure. Instead of adjusting my expectations, I attacked myself constantly. Every canceled plan became evidence that I was unreliable. Every nap became evidence that I was lazy or incapable of parenting or incapable of just living everyday life. Every difficult day became evidence that I was failing. The truth was very different. I wasn't lazy. I wasn't an incapable parent. I was healing. I wasn't weak. I was adapting. I wasn't failing. At that point, I was surviving. One word that has followed me for years is dramatic. Someone said it once. I carried it for far longer than they probably ever intended. Isn't it amazing how criticism sticks? When we can receive 100 compliments and remember the one bloody insult for years. Therapy helped me understand something very important. It didn't make those thoughts disappear. It taught me to pause before believing them. Today, when my brain says, "You're lazy," I ask myself, what's the evidence? The evidence says that I survived 4 spine surgeries. The evidence says that I fought through rehabilitation. The evidence says that I wake up every day trying to be a better person and build a better future. The evidence says that I'm raising my daughter. The evidence says that I'm creating this podcast because I hope someone listening feels less alone. Even if it's just one person. That doesn't sound lazy. That sounds exhausted. There's a huge difference. One of the biggest turning points came when I imagined my daughter saying the things that I say to myself. If she walked into the room and said, "Mom, I'm not good enough. Mom, I'm lazy. Mom, I'm failing," would I agree? Never in a million years. I'd remind her she's loved. I'd remind her she's brave. I'd remind her that one hard day doesn't define her. So why do I speak to myself in a way that I'd never speak to her? That question still challenges me today. One thing that's actually really helped me immensely in therapy is naming my anxiety. So we all know the typical Jekyll Hyde situation and everything that surrounds the story. So I decided to name my anxiety Hyde. And so whenever my anxiety really gets in my head, I say things to myself like, "Hyde isn't winning today," or "No, Hyde, you can't ruin my day." And it's actually psychologically proven that it gives some detachment from that. It gives a little less belief of those things that our anxiety is telling ourselves. In my particular situation, my Hyde is telling myself. Healing hasn't been about becoming positive all the time. Healing hasn't been learning to become fair. Some days, I still cry. Some days, I still cancel plans. Some days, pain wins. But those days don't define me. Psychologists talk about a negativity bias. Our brains evolved to notice danger more than safety. It was a survival thing. That's helpful if you're avoiding predators. It's not so helpful when your own thoughts become the predator and you become your own worst critic. Learning to challenge those thoughts isn't pretending that everything is okay. It's refusing to let fear write the entire story. I also realized that I had confused productivity with worth. So if I wasn't producing something, I felt guilty. But my worth was never supposed to be tied to my output. It's tied to who I am, not what I accomplish. That's a lesson that I'm still learning. Like I said, this is the messy middle. Maybe you're still learning it too. Today's still standing challenge this week is to write down one negative sentence that you regularly tell yourself. Then ask, who taught me this? Is it actually true? What evidence says otherwise? Would I ever say this to someone that I love? If not, why am I saying it to myself? If there's one thing that I hope you remember today, it's this. You are not every thought that enters your mind. You are not your worst day. You are not your diagnosis. You are not your mistakes. You are not the criticism someone else handed to you years ago. You get to choose which voice that you listen to. Maybe not perfectly, maybe not every day, but one choice at a time. Keep choosing compassion, keep moving forward at your own pace, and remember, you're still healing, you're still growing, and you're still standing. Let me leave you with one more thought. Recovery isn't about getting back to who you were. It's about discovering who you can become. Every setback has taught me patience. Every surgery taught me perspective. Every painful day reminded me that my value has never depended on perfection. So if you're still listening today and you're carrying your own invisible battle, I hope that you know you're not alone. You deserve the same compassion you give everybody else. Thank you for spending this time with me. If this episode encouraged you, please follow the podcast, leave a review, and share it with someone who might need to hear it. Until next time, keep questioning the lies. Keep choosing compassion. Keep moving forward at your own pace. And remember, you're still healing, you're still growing, and you're still standing. Until next time.
Thank you for listening to Still Standing. Don't forget to check out Brett's website at brettspeaks.com. If this episode helped you feel less alone, please follow the show, share it with someone who may need it, or leave a review. Remember, healing does not have to be perfect to be real, and rebuilding does not have to be pretty to count.